Welcome to an overview of the SchoolCare 65 Plus Medicare Supplement Program. I'm Jeff Kantorowski, and now through December 15th is the Medicare Open Enrollment period in which you can make changes to your Medicare supplement choices for January 1 of 2020. This presentation will cover the SchoolCare health plan options for retirees, including medical and prescription benefits, as well as cost information for 2020. We also review the SchoolCare Good For You wellness programs, which are integral to your health plan, offering up to $400 in cash incentives each year. You have many options for Medicare supplement plans, so we'd like to review a few reasons why you might choose SchoolCare 65 Plus as your Medicare supplement plan. We'll then go over next steps for open enrollment and, as always, your SchoolCare resources. As a retiree, your medical benefits begin with Medicare Parts A and B coverage, which is your primary insurance. You see a picture here of the new Medicare Health Insurance ID card. You should have received this new Medicare ID card with a new number which no longer contains your Social Security number. SchoolCare 65 Plus is a supplement plan to Medicare. Our provider is United American, which has been successfully serving the retiree population since 1947. They are a premier provider of Medicare supplement plans and have been SchoolCare's vendor of choice for nearly 15 years. SchoolCare offers two plans that are Medicare supplements through United American. The first plan we call our traditional plan. This is a very comprehensive Medicare supplement plan, although we've made one important change to this plan for 2020 that you'll want to be aware of. As you can see from the last column on the right, there are relatively no costs to be incurred if you're on this plan, noting that Medicare Part A coverage is exactly the same as 2019 and before. A change for 2020 is that you will pay the Medicare Part B deductible. This is a one-time annual deductible currently set at $185, but it might be slightly more for 2020. This deductible applies to Part B services such as outpatient care, blood transfusions, and durable medical equipment. One exception would be skilled nursing facility care, where you have up to 100 covered days, after which it would be considered long-term care insurance and therefore not covered by the plan. Another area would be hospice care. Under hospice care, Medicare pays for outpatient drugs and inpatient respite care. SchoolCare picks up the balance of those Medicare copayment and coinsurance amounts, but you're responsible for any other charges relative to hospice care. Lastly, under other benefits is foreign travel at the very bottom of the page. As you can see, Medicare does not provide coverage for foreign travel outside of the US, so SchoolCare has added a foreign travel rider. If you incur medical expenses while you're traveling outside the US, you would pay the first $250 deductible, then you would pay 20% of the charges, while SchoolCare pays 80% of the charges up to a maximum of $50,000 over a lifetime. Any payments over that amount would be the responsibility of the patient. This table helps to highlight the important differences for this traditional plan between last year of 2019 and the coming year of 2020. You can see here that the plan is exactly the same in relation to Medicare Part A services. There is no difference from last year, and you end up with no out-of-pocket exposure for Medicare covered items. The difference is for Medicare Part B services. This is where you would now be responsible to pay the one-time Medicare Part B deductible of at least $185, which may change for 2020. You pay this deductible one time for any Medicare Part B services, and then the coverage is the same as 2019 with full coverage by the supplement plan. The other plan that SchoolCare offers, again through United American, is a consumer-driven plan, The primary difference is a $1,000 deductible. But first and foremost, when we look under Part A services, you will notice that the coverage is the same as the traditional plan. So those most costly expenses, such as hospitalization, skilled nursing, and hospice care, are all covered the same way that the traditional plan covers them, with virtually no out-of-pocket cost. This plan is also similar in that you are responsible for the full Medicare Part B deductible for services including medical expenses, blood, and durable medical equipment. For these three categories, you would be responsible for the $185, which again may change for 2020. On this consumer-driven plan, in addition to meeting the $185 Part B deductible, you would be responsible for a coinsurance amount until reaching $1,000 total out-of-pocket for the year. After the $185 deductible, Medicare generally pays 80% of the charges, so you would pay the remaining 20% until you reach a total out-of-pocket deductible of $1,000. This plan also provides the same foreign travel rider as the traditional plan. Maybe you'd like a little more information about this consumer-driven plan to really understand whether this plan might be right for you, since it contains a higher deductible. As we said, you start with paying the first $185 Part B deductible. This might be incurred if you're sick and need to go to an office visit and/or maybe need lab work. After you pay the $185 deductible, you then pay generally 20% of the charges until you've reached an additional amount of $815 in coinsurance percentage amounts added to the original $185 deductible. You've now met the $1,000 maximum deductible on this consumer-driven plan. After meeting this amount, medical expenses, blood, durable medical equipment are all covered at 100% and paid between Medicare and the SchoolCare 65 Plus plan, leaving you no further financial responsibility. The premium cost of these plans for 2020, we're happy to report, are very similar to the costs in 2019. To maintain this continuity for you, we had to make small adjustments to the traditional plan. So our traditional plan is $194 per month per retiree, while our consumer-driven plan is $139 per month per retiree. As you'll note, these rates are very similar to the rates of 2019. Next, we move to the prescription benefits. Once you're enrolled in one of the SchoolCare Medicare supplements, you have the option to add on prescription benefits. SchoolCare offers two prescription benefit plans provided through Express Scripts. These are Part D employer group waiver plans and are considered creditable coverage, meaning they're as good as or better than Medicare.gov Part D plans. The SchoolCare plans provide an expansive network of participating pharmacies throughout the United States. The traditional plan offers enhanced coverage such as no deductible, minimal co-payments, gap protection, and a very broad formulary of covered medications. The consumer-driven plan, however, is lower upfront cost, again offering approximately a 30% savings, but has higher out-of-pocket costs and is more comparable to a Part D plan offered through Medicare. SchoolCare 65 Plus traditional prescription drug plan can be offered only alongside the 65 Plus traditional medical plan. This traditional prescription plan has no yearly deductible. The chart here in the middle shows the cost for generic, name, and specialty drugs. Tier 1 generic drugs are $10 for a 31-day retail pharmacy supply. You can also purchase a 90-day supply at a retail pharmacy. However, the cost would be subject to 3 copays of $30. On the other hand, you can use the home delivery benefit through Express Scripts, where you receive a 90-day supply of a generic medication for just $15. Tier 2 preferred brand name drugs can be purchased similarly at $30 for a retail 31-day supply and $90 for a retail 90-day supply. Using the home delivery for a 90-day supply, there's a copay of only $45. Tier 3 non-preferred drugs have a $40 copay for a 31-day supply at the pharmacy, a $120 copay for a 90-day supply at a retail pharmacy, and a $60 copay for a 90-day supply through home delivery. The other category of medications covered are Tier 4 specialty drugs. Specialty drugs are defined as any medication that costs $680 or more for a 30-day supply. This plan covers those medications at a 12% coinsurance, meaning you pay 12% of the cost of the medication. You will pay these copays until you've reached total yearly drug costs, what you pay and what the plan pays, up to $6,350. When you achieve $6,350 in yearly drug costs, at that point, you will pay the greater of 5% or the copays you see at the bottom of the chart. Also, please note that on this plan, non-Part D drugs are covered. This table outlines the differences from 2019 and this year's traditional plan prescription coverage. You can see that the copays have increased some and that the coinsurance is also slightly higher than last year. Drug costs continue to be a driving force behind our healthcare costs overall, so we felt the need to make minor adjustments throughout this plan in order to make any increases in cost as minimal as possible. The other SchoolCare 65+ pharmacy benefit is a consumer-driven plan that can be paired with the medical consumer-driven plan. This prescription drug plan has a deductible of $435. So the first $435 of all covered medications would be paid by the participant. Once you've paid this $435 deductible, you then have 25% coinsurance on all medications, generic, preferred, non-preferred brands, as well as specialty drugs. This is slightly different than it was for 2019. You continue paying this 25% coinsurance until you've reached the $6,350 in total yearly drug cost. At this time, the participant pays 5% coinsurance or fixed copays shown on the bottom of the chart. However, note that this plan does not cover non-Part D prescription drugs. A couple other pieces of information to note about the prescription benefits. As we mentioned, Express Scripts fills generic and brand name drugs. However, their subsidiary called Accredo fills specialty drugs. Also remember, you can fill in 90-day prescriptions at a retail pharmacy or mail order, and generally the mail order is less expensive. Participants also qualify to receive extra help from Centers of Medicare and Medicaid Services. Feel free to call Medicare if you have questions about this program. And lastly, once enrolled, there is an Express Scripts app available for either iPhone or Android to help manage your prescriptions. So, what is the cost of medical and prescription coverage for 2020? Well, our traditional plan, along with the prescription coverage we just looked at, is $424.57 per retiree per month. This is a 1.6% increase over the 2019 rates. The SchoolCare 65+ consumer-driven plan and accompanying prescription drug plan is $296.64 per month per retiree. This is a 6.4% increase from the 2019 rates, but again, this plan is approximately 30% less costly than the traditional plan in lieu of the higher deductible. Switching gears now, did you know that through the Good For You program, SchoolCare offers annual wellness incentives for 65+ retirees of up to $400 each year? I'd love to tell you more about it. We've made a switch this year to partnering with Cigna for our Good For You program. You can still find a lot of supporting information at schoolcare.org and clicking on the Health and Wellness tile. This is the tile on my screen with an apple and a salad that will bring you to the Health and Wellness section of our website. There you'll be able to read information, see frequently asked questions, and gather the information needed to get started. When you're ready, click on the Good For You Wellness portal login and you will be connected to the Cigna site where you can log into mycigna.com. If you already have a username and password, go ahead and enter it. If not, click Register at the bottom and you'll be led through some steps to create an account. After logging into MyCigna, you'll want to hover over the Wellness tab and then click on Incentive Awards. There you can see your incentive overview, which shows you the overall amount of incentives you earned and what you did to earn them. Next, click on Goals. Here, under Goals, you'll be able to see all of the ways you can earn your incentives all in one list. Take note of the incentive amounts available to earn, as well as the timelines the incentives will be paid out, as well as the activity available to complete. Your first very important step will be to take the health assessment. This first step is crucial in being able to earn your incentives. The health assessment does not actually earn you points or dollars this year, but it does open the gate to allow you to earn the incentives for all the other activities. Here's a list of activities you can do to meet your incentives and wellness goals. There are opportunities available here to meet you where you are on your wellness spectrum. There is a physician lab form to bring to your annual preventive visits at your doctor, or you can attend an on-site biometric screenings event at one of our numerous local sites. There are healthy events still available, which are even easier than last year to self-report your own healthy activities. You can also use the Cigna apps and activities to report or sync a device on a wide range of activities that interest you, such as walking, hiking, or biking. You can take advantage of health coaching or report your preventive visits for credit. Please explore the new site and find the activities that suit your needs and interests best. Reach out when help is needed. Cigna customer service is available 24/7 to answer your questions about this new Good For You portal. We want you to succeed, so don't hesitate to ask for help to navigate this new site. Also, certainly remember us here at SchoolCare. We'll be more than happy to answer your questions about this benefit so you can maximize your incentives and do whatever you can to stay well. So what's stopping you? Find your reason to be healthy and stay active with SchoolCare. And just to recap, some of the reasons why you may choose SchoolCare 65 Plus over other options. First, the SchoolCare 65 Plus plans fill gaps not covered by Medicare. Also, the cost of SchoolCare 65 Plus plans do not increase based on your age, like some plans. The traditional plan monthly rates shared earlier have remained quite stable over the past several years. The SchoolCare 65 Plus plans include additional benefits such as the Good For You wellness incentives, identity fraud reimbursement coverage, and foreign travel coverage. Also, the SchoolCare 65 Plus prescription plan is creditable and offers medication formularies that are much broader and utilize expansive national networks. And last, but certainly not least, the SchoolCare 65 Plus plans come with SchoolCare's exceptional customer service. We're here each day to assist you with any questions you have regarding your coverage and benefits. We're nearing the end of this presentation. If you're enrolled in the traditional or consumer-driven plan today and you're not interested in making any changes, there's no action required. If, however, you're considering switching plans, adding or dropping prescription coverage, or you need to provide us with an update for your address, please call the SchoolCare office. We'll be more than happy to assist you. And remember, any changes to your plans can only be made during the annual open enrollment period between October 15th and December 15th each year, with a coverage effective date of January 1. SchoolCare will be your primary resource. We have several folks on our team to assist with benefit information, eligibility, and enrollment. If we can't help you, however, and you're looking for third-party independent help to explore options and better understand Medicare in New Hampshire, we recommend you contact ServiceLink, which is a nonprofit state agency, and they can provide additional assistance to you. Thank you for participating, and don't hesitate to call us if you have any questions.